All right, since we didn't get to really talk, here's our real Great Coasters interview. Adam House here. He builds roller coasters. They built 2 in America, 2 in Asia. So 4 roller coasters last year, and we're going to talk all about them.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry I had to cut away. That was a really important client. I think there's some real
Is this I
promise.
signed paperwork there?
Yeah, there's some real promise. I don't typically like to talk about new rides and things like that. So hopefully you guys can completely cut that out. I don't want anybody to think some different things about different parks.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't want to talk too much about it, but we definitely were talking about inversions with them and launching.
Well.
I definitely overheard that.
Oh man, I don't want to get into it too much. But,
yeah.
You've always got to cut out for meetings like that.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
But no, we had 4 rides last year. Obviously, the 2 rides in China, and most of the listeners and viewers aren't necessarily going to go to China anytime soon.
No.
Not to say it won't happen eventually, but some of our big rides were obviously Busch Gardens, which is right behind us here.
Yeah.
Another one of our steel structure rides. So it's a perfect collection. It really builds upon the already great collection at Busch Gardens. And that was some of the conversations we had early on with them. We said, you know what, really, you guys have a small family ride and you guys have kind of those big attractions, but it'd be nice to find something right in the middle ground. And they've had great success with it. I was just down there a few weeks ago, and everything is in really great shape. And I'm sure a lot of the listeners and viewers have been down there to ride it. If you haven't, go check it out.
I know I stood in line forever for it.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
When'd you go? Early on?
Yeah.
Nice.
May, I believe.
Yep, you went there in May.
I went there in May. Yeah. Yep. Had all of the extended queue, all the stanchions set up.
Oh yeah.
All of that. So it's good.
And again, they do a great job with theming and really just kind of the theming in the whole area and the big dragon out front and so on. Like they're all really great. So it was a great project and
it was a great coaster.
Exactly. And so the other project obviously we had too was Mystic Timbers, and that's another ride that I think a lot of the viewers have been out there to see. And it really was a great project with a great park and of course what's in the shed. And so we're still not going to talk about what's in the shed because if you haven't been there, then you need to go ride it to see what's in the shed. Exactly. So, but no, it was a great year. Like I said, it was super, super busy, and that's kind of where we're at. And so up and coming, we've got some more rides coming down the pipe. Nothing really in the U.S. at this point, but we've certainly got Europe that's ramping back up to us. And it's going to be really, really exciting here in the near future.
It is exciting. Now, we're talking about this picture. It's a very nice photograph. I imagine the person who took it probably put a lot of effort into that picture.
Yeah, like a professional photographer almost. I'm now doing that for the company as well. The thing is, what we find is when we get ready for trade shows, obviously when we're there the first time to open a new ride, there's not really a lot of greenery going on. There's not really a lot of anything going on. And so we tend to make trips back to parks after the fact. And so once we go back, I'm like, you know what? We need some pictures of our various rides. And so that was this is a prime example of a picture. And if you ever get to do a backstage tour of the park with a coaster group or anything like that, this view is amazing. Like that horse saddle, that's the final helix, the final turnaround on the ride is really, really incredible. So
it just makes me sad that I stood in line for so long and there's 3 empty seats.
Honestly, I can Photoshop it with Drew in the picture, and it'll be 3 Drews.
3 Drews.
It'll be perfect. But
man, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Speaking of being perfect, December 19th, I'm getting married at the and I want to invite you to the...
man.
I convinced the fiancé that we're allowed to have a Great Coasters test seat inside of the place.
We might be able to make that happen.
So I'm going to see you on December 19th.
Actually, I think what we can probably do is we can probably transplant a ride for the day, and then we can just ride the ride around the resort and take it back the next day.
It's not a bad idea.
So,
just plop it. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. You just pick it, plop it down.
That's basically how easy it is to build a roller coaster. It's exactly like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Exactly.
Makes sense. So we're definitely going to see you on December 19th.
Nice. I'll be there.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you about all of your projects, and thanks for spending time with us to get a second interview here.
No problem. I'm just glad that you guys could come back over here and I could find some time between all my meetings.
Yeah.